Nefarious Realm welcomes in Jeremy Wagner of Broken Hope. Jeremy, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm great, man. It's great to talk to you again. I wanted to ask, first of all, the big tour announcement of the Carnival of Death tour with Obituary and Broken Hope making a bit of a comeback after a long hiatus. Why is now a good time to bring the band out of retirement?
Well, 12 years ago, when we went on hiatus, we weren't sure if we'd be doing Broken Hope again, or I should say I wasn't sure if I'd be doing Broken Hope again. The people had left the band at the time, background, 2000, the year 2000, we had our original singer Joe Chachkes was gone, and a couple other key members had either been kicked out of the band or also left. So we ended on a high note with a really successful European tour, and when we came back, again with some of the key personnel being gone, and I guess it was just the current vibe at the time. Just it didn't feel right. The band, though we had that great European tour, it just wasn't going in the right direction. I wasn't personally happy, and there were some business decisions being made that I didn't agree with, so hung it up. And again, just with a question mark, not sure if we'd be doing it ever again. We thought, well, maybe one day. So I went on to concentrate on getting novels written, and I also did some other musical avenues. I started a band called Earthburner back then, which was going to be kind of like my grind, my love of grind, if you will. Earthburner was going to be right in the vein of like Terrorizer, World Downfall type of stuff, early Napalm Death, and started writing some Earthburner stuff, and then I formed a band called Lupara, and Lupara ended up starting to get busier than Earthburner, so Earthburner was put on the side, and I did one album with Lupara, and we did a video, and that got nominated for Best Metal Video and Headbangers Ball. It was great. It was cool at the time, but Lupara wasn't really wasn't the type of music I like to write. I really have pure death metal in my DNA. Lupara was more of me jamming with a couple other friends who contributed a lot of music, and their influences weren't necessarily pure death metal by any means, but nonetheless, it was still heavy. It was a fun project, and right when that first album came out, I started doing press, like I'm doing now for Broken Hope with you, for that debut Lupara album, and there was still a lot of interest, it seemed, with people that either interviewed me or fans that picked up the Lupara album, interest in Broken Hope, and I'd hear, people asking, hey, when are you going to do something with Broken Hope again? And mind you, at this time, already 5 or 6 years had passed since Broken Hope had last done a show, and when we kind of, put DH into metal hibernation, as I like to say, and even back then, I'm like, yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm really on the fence about it. A couple years go by after that. It's about 2007, 2008, 2009. We start hearing from promoters around the world asking, could you put Broken Hope back together? There's major interest in having you guys come back. And then, we start seeing other bands like Suffocation and Carcass returning, and those bands are bands we're friends with, and we would see them on their return to form tours, and they'd be like, you guys really got to put Broken Hope back together. And then we'd start hearing on top of promoters and bands like Suffo and Carcass, we'd start hearing stuff from guys from like Lamb of God who would say, DJ, Jeremy, you know, everywhere we go, people fucking ask about Broken Hope to us. And I'm telling you, if you put it back together, the time is right, blah, blah, blah. So we started talking about doing that. And we got, like, original singer Joe in the mix, and Sean and Brian Griffin and stuff. And we talked about how we could do it, what would we do to make it happen. We mended a lot of fences amongst ourselves. We had seen, you know, some of us, like Joe, I hadn't seen him in years. Things were going really good. And then, unfortunately, Joe Chachkes died by his own hand. And we were like, okay, well, maybe this won't happen. So that was like 2 years ago. Fast forward to now, and we finally, well, let me rewind. So right before this point, January of this year, 2012, Sean Glass and I said, you know what? People are still asking if we could do something with Broken Hope. You know, what's stopping us? We have nothing to lose. No disrespect to Joe whatsoever. You know, there's nothing we can do about his death. These are our songs. We wrote the music. I wrote all the lyrics pretty much, and I wrote most of the music. Let's see what it's like jamming with a drummer. So in January of 2012 this year, Sean, a drummer, and I started rehearsing like a 15-song Broken Hope set. And man, it felt so good, and it was so eye-opening. You know, it was like, shit, you know, this is part of that death metal in my DNA thing, Broken Hope in my DNA. I'm like, I can't believe I've gone over a decade not doing something with Broken Hope again. It's just, I love it, you know. It's like, you know, your true love. You find your true love again, like some story where you're split up for years and find each other. That's how it was. And then we weren't sure where to go from there. And it wasn't until we got a really substantial offer, when I say substantial, not monetary-wise, but an offer that made perfect sense with the right players and the right formula to make Broken Hope the Broken Hope that everyone knew and loved in the 90s, but also even more powerful and more impactful in today's world. A lot of our Broken Hope fans from the 90s had kids, and those kids love Broken Hope, and that's part of this global, you know, groundswell of interest in the old school death metal bands. We've got a whole new army of fans that have never seen Broken Hope, and except for YouTube videos and stuff, and that was part of the pitch to us about making an offer. Like, look, you guys put this band together. You won't be on some shit tour. You guys would be on a meaningful tour. The band means more. Broken Hope means more today than honestly you did on your 5th album when you were headlining the U.S. and Europe. You know, here's what we want to do. What do you guys think? Have you thought about doing it? When you're like, yeah, we've already been jamming these songs. We just need a couple more people to you know, make the lineup complete. And we want to do it the right way. We want to come back on a tour that makes all the sense in the world. We want to start in North America, and we just want to have major freaking impact when we come back and show everybody that we have one foot still firmly planted in the underground that we came from when we did 5 albums in the 90s, and we have another foot that's here in today's metal world, and we're going to take the past and the present, fucking smash them together, and we're going to deliver one hell of a live show, and 2, we want to give everyone a reason to walk away and go, holy shit, did you see Broken Hope? When they said they're back, they're really back. So it took someone to really light a fire under our ass and present to us, you know, a real tour, real management, and everything else that just made sense. And it makes, not just for us, you know, to do this. It has to make sense for the fans. And we did it, man. We pulled it off. And now we're just getting ready to embark on the tour. As I do this interview with you now, bro, we're going to be, like a month from today, we will already have played our first show on the tour for the first time in 12 years.
That's so awesome, man. I'm looking forward to it tremendously. And that's a great answer. Thank you for that, Jeremy. Quick
sorry if I'm long-winded.
No, it's quite all right, man. It's quite all right.
To bring it back from the 90s to today, tell you what happened in between. So.
Yeah, that was great. Thank you. And so you started to talk about the lineup. Do we have the definitive new lineup in place yet?
Well, we've got. I'll tell you this much right now. We've got Sean. We've got two players. We're going to be a surprise, but the firm core lineup is Sean Glass from Broken Hope, myself, of course, and we have Damian Lesky, and he's vocalist for the band Gorgasm.
Yep.
And we auditioned several singers, and I'll tell you, Damian was the one guy who really embodied Joe Chachkes' voice the best. Is that low, guttural, super brutal, tone, delivery, and knew the material inside and out. And I'll tell you, just on a personality level, he's like a long-lost brother, like that we never had, man. And I'm just delighted to say that he's definitely, in Broken Hope. He's the front man, and he makes the main core of this tour that we're going to do in September.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Damian's tremendous. And you mentioned
looks ferocious too, which is great.
Right. He sure does.
A monster, yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned a few minutes ago about doing things, out of paying respect to Joe. So can we expect the set list to be sort of a throwback to the early days?
Yeah, absolutely, man. This set, on tour, we're gonna have, almost an hour that we're on stage. We're direct support to Obituary, and I'm gonna tell you right now, what you're going to see in our production, or setting, is going to be like the ultimate fucking tribute to where Broken Hope came from. And you'll see what I'm talking about when we play live. You'll see what we have set up, ready to go on stage, where it'll be like, holy shit, these guys did not miss a beat. They came straight out of their back catalog. Going to be the entire set is chock full of the most brutal tracks that are on the first 4 albums for sure, and above and beyond that, the key tracks that fans love, that you would hear on metal radio, the songs that that the band we all loved to play back in the day, and the songs that Joe, rest his soul, that he loved too. So it's from start to finish, man. I can promise you, Broken Hope is going to deliver the most relentless motherfucking set, dude, that you could hope to hear or see live.
That's awesome, man. I'm so pumped.
That up 1,000%. Just wait.
That's great. That's good. That's so great to hear. I just got a couple more questions for you, Jeremy. I know Maryland Death Fest for next May has been announced, and you guys are going to be on that bill, which is tremendous. Obviously, it's the premier death metal festival in all of America, certainly, if not the world. And I wanted to ask if you had anything else booked solid yet between now and next year, maybe even a recording or another big tour you can discuss yet, or not yet?
One thing I can discuss with you is we're going to have, after this tour ends, we literally end on the last date in September, and we're going to go right into October. So we play San Antonio, on September 30th. We have to, travel back home and get our shit together and decompress and whatnot. And what we plan on doing is we're not going to do any more shows for the rest of the year. So this is going to be the one and only run for 2012. Just marking a solid return of Broken Hope. That's one thing I'm stressing is. And with the confirmation of Maryland Death Fest, I just want to say that this is not a marquee Broken Hope act. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we returned. We're gonna strike while the iron's hot. While we're popular again. Play you a bunch of great Broken Hope tunes and go away. We're going into 2013 with more and more shows. Mind you, North America is getting Broken Hope first, so there's a lot of countries that have fucking been, just busting through our management / booking agent's door wanting BH. And a side note, I'm freaking delighted about that, man, because I want to bring Broken Hope everywhere. I don't give a shit if we're playing 100 people, in some little Indonesian place or South America, Europe, everything. We want to hit everywhere we can and take advantage of this new awareness of Broken Hope. So that said, and my point here is Broken Hope isn't going away. We're not a novelty, one time, hey, here's a comeback tour and we're leaving, So next year, we've got some other things that are in the works that haven't been confirmed yet, but will be, and as the rest of this year goes by, we're hoping for some more major announcements. And the only thing, I'm going to put it to you this way, man. This is all I can tell you right now, aside from shows and anything else. I never stop writing brutal death metal music or lyrics. So, I'll tell you that right now. So that's all I can say.
Awesome. And Jeremy, I have another question for you. I know we last spoke last fall when the Armageddon Chord was out, and I know you're working on another book. Any concerns trying to manage your two twin careers at the same time?
Not, no, it hasn't been too bad. I'll tell you what's going on right now. Whenever this, I'm not sure how soon this interview will run, but I'm talking to you in mid-August right now. So this is what I got on the table. I got full-blown Broken Hope rehearsals about 2 to 3 times a week. In addition to Broken Hope rehearsals, we have a great management company now that's taking care of Broken Hope like we've never been taken care of before. And it makes my head spin, man, because I was used to Mr. Jeremy Wagner being Mr. Broken Hope always. I guess I'm still, Mr. Broken Hope, but you know what I mean? It was like I did everything, and I've always had a do-it-yourself attitude. So having a management team and a booking agent and a whole crew behind Broken Hope is like something I dreamed of when I was in my 20s and shit. So it gives me more breathing space. That said, though, Broken Hope has turned into a full-time job outside of rehearsals. I'm still approving a whole huge line of new Broken Hope official merchandise that'll make its debut on tour and then will be available on an online and retail level after we're done. That's, by the way, something people for the last 12 years never stop asking about is BH merchandise. And we probably should have launched that a long time ago, but honest to God, it was worth the wait, because with this tour, we hooked up with the best merch company we ever could have. And the designs we have pay tribute to every album. In addition to that, some are dedicated purely to songs, and it's the sickest fucking, highest quality artwork we've ever had for Broken Hope. It's amazing. The designs are amazing. So, and I'm a big fan of art, and of course, anything to do with Broken Hope, marrying art with, horrific imagery and the logo, and making sure people are wearing the shit. I'm all about it. So I've been busy with merch because of the tour, the new press, and all kinds of shit, man. From ordering guitar picks and strings, stuff that management doesn't do. I just got my hands full. So that said, the writing, I think things happen for a reason, because the Armageddon Chord came out 1 year ago this month, and this is the month of August 2012. So a year ago, Armageddon Chord came out, and did really well. It's been a bestseller in 4 countries, and I got reviews in Rolling Stone magazine, and shit I never thought I'd ever see, So I'm real happy with that ride. But since then, I haven't wasted any time outside of music. I've got 2 new novels that are done. One, and they're both horror. They have nothing to do with music like the Armageddon Chord. They're just straight up horror. Jeremy Wagner's whatever brand of, twisted horror. One novel's with an editor right now, being edited, and just hacked away a little bit. Getting it into prime form and ready for publishing. My 3rd book is probably the most extreme, darkest novel I've ever written, and I friggin' love it. Because that's what I'm all about. In fact, it's a novel that strikes that over-the-top, visceral, explicit kind of horror chord, if you will, that people could say was the vibe or the voice I had with Broken Hope lyrics. So I really dig that, the newest novel, and that's on my desk right now while I'm talking to you. It's right in front of me. It's completed, but I'm in the revision process, so I'm doing about my 4th read-through, and still, crossing stuff out with a red pen and everything. So, when I said, going back to when things happen for a reason, I'm so happy I got these 2 new books written, and in the assembly line going to their next stops, because now I'm open to do Broken Hope full time and have these books, eventually coming out and still maintaining that writing career. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So right now it's kind of a good balance for me in my life. In Jeremy Wagner's world, the horror fiction and the Broken Hope full-time band. And when I say full-time, that's the only thing I'm doing. I'm not doing any side projects. Lupara's done. That's been over for over a year. Earthburner does have a 3-song EP coming out this fall with a video that'll be tied in with the EP. But as far as Earthburner, that's all I'm going to do. That'll drop, and I'll promote it. But I'm not going to do any extensive touring or by any means trying to juggle 2 bands. I'm just, dude, I am delighted. I'm in the driver's seat of Broken Hope again, and this is all I want to do on a musical level, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Jeremy Wagner, one of the hardest working guys in all of metal. Great to...
Thanks, bro. I take that as a compliment.
Like the James Brown of death metal. This guy's doing everything. It's great to talk to you again, man. And I'm really stoked for the tour, and we'll catch up on the road.
Hey, man, where am I going to see you, by the way?
Possibly New York City.
Dude, and what a show that'll be. It's on 9/11.
Right.
We're doing a charity giveaway. ESP Guitars gave us a guitar that will be autographed by the entire band, Broken Hope. And that money we're raising will be given to a 9/11 charity. And also $2 from every ticket that night is also going to 9/11 charities. So I'm humbled. I mean, I speak on behalf of the whole band. We're humbled and honored to actually play such a friggin' awesome city on such a date filled with such emotion and heartache. You know what I mean? It's like mind-blowing. But I'm glad, I'm hoping you'll be there. And and everyone else who comes to the show, because we're going to have nothing but a good time, lay down a positive vibe, even though it'll be a brutal one. It's going to be great. But any show, bro, you want to go to, man, I'd love to meet you and have you there, bro.
Definitely, man. We'll catch up in the future. I'm sure I'll see you there.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Take care, bud. Thanks for the interview.
No problem. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.